Welcome to Rodney Parade Newport and to FM22 with Old Man Phil. And here we plan to take Newport County from rags to riches and to the giddy heights of European football. Well, maybe. Or maybe we just might get the sack. But whatever happens, it's going to be a hell of a ride. So why not follow along? Because I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. So when we left you last time, you will remember that we just completed the month of October. And we were riding high on top of the Sky Bet League 2, 6 points clear of our nearest rival. In terms of the schedule, it had been a kind of average month, won 3, drawn 3 and lost 1. And we kind of need to improve on that if we're going to maintain the distance that we have at the top of the league. And this month, coming up, we have 4 games in the Sky Bet League 2, but we will begin with 2 cup matches, which are the FA Cup first round and the Papa John's Trophy. So, in terms of the squad, we are in very good nick indeed. Morale is high and we have very few injuries. In fact, we only have one, Matt Dolan, who's been out for a little while, but he's due to return to training very shortly. And so it's pretty much a clean bill of health for a change. And in terms of our performance on the pitch, we seem to have cleared up those little defensive frailties that we had in the early part of the season, and the defence is performing a lot better now than it was. And in attack, we're more than a match for any of the other teams. One of the biggest worries that I have is the squad depth, and we don't have the quality of player that we'd like to have. And while we're overperforming like this, there is a chance that we might get promoted, and we don't have the kind of calibre of player that we need. We're looking for central defenders and another wing back. We need at least one more central midfielder, and we're going to need at least one striker if that happens. And we do get promoted. We're just like tasked to reach the playoffs, and I think that's what really we should focus on. And so November began with a game against Morecambe in the FA Cup first round. We were huge underdogs as they were in a league above us, and in a very tough match, finally we managed to keep them out and finally break the deadlock when Cooper's cross was met with a bullet header by Abraham, and that gave us a 1-0 victory. In the Papa John's Trophy, this was followed by a very nice 2-0 victory, which put us through to the next round, but unfortunately we lost Cameron Norman with a twisted ankle, and he will be out for 4 to 5 weeks, and that is a bitter blow because we can't afford to lose a wing-back at the moment. This was quickly followed by not so nice 1-1 draw away at Hartlepool in a game we should have won, but we easily put away Swindon 3-0 following that. A tough game away against Crawley ended in another 1-1 draw, and so that brings us very nicely on to Colchester, our featured match today. And so, our scouts have been extremely busy, well, busy-ish. They're not exactly the greatest scouts that I've ever come across, but what they've managed to find out is they are aggressive, strong, and have good stamina, and they are very accomplished at positioning and marking. They are extremely good at dribbling, which will affect really how much we can press them. And we don't want to press them too much, I don't think, if they're good at dribbling. They are very good at free kicks and long shots, and so we have some things to consider when we look at that statistic. And they do score a lot of goals from crosses, so that will affect how wide we play at the back. In terms of their weaknesses, they are pretty poor at heading, which is always good news because up top we are a pretty effective team when it comes to using the head and scoring from headed goals. They lack pace and acceleration, again, which will have impact on how we defend, and they are not great at tackling. Again, good news because we are pretty good at tackling. And so, after seeing all those statistics, the game plan is to play a high line and to regroup when we lose possession rather than press them. We're not intending to get stuck in because we are good at tackling anyway, and they are not. We will reduce the press and force the opposition inside so that they can't hit those early crosses. We ourselves will hit as many crosses as we can to try and get our boys on the end of them. We've had to do a little bit of rotation today. Some very tired players out there, but I believe it's still a good side. Day in goal, Clark, Bennett and Farquharson at the back, Lewis and Haynes as the wing backs, Missoula and Upson in midfield, and Telford and Hilton up front, with Cooper behind them as the attacking midfielder. So, let's get off to the game. And it's Colchester to start the first half. And we are feeling very, very confident that we can pull something out of the bag here. We're not as positive as we normally are. We're giving them a little bit of respect, but we are playing with a high line in order to try and reduce their effectiveness. But that does worry me a little bit because we are not the fastest of defence that I've ever come across. In fact, we're fairly slow. And so we are, though, keeping the ball quite nicely in the early stages. And Hilton finds Telford, but that's headed back to the goalkeeper. George at the back. He fires a long ball up the field. And that's headed back easily by Clark today. Bennett now. What can he do? He drives forward. And he gives it to Missoula to Cooper, he's looking for Haynes. Haynes on his bike. Can he get to the byline? Can he produce a cross? And yes, he can. And that's a low cross into the box and a great save as he tips that over the bar. And so unlucky. We've made a very positive start. And this is exactly what I wanted to see. And that's a corner headed out. And Aaron Lewis, the corner taker, he will pick that back up again. He passes it to Clark, who feeds Lewis again. And nice to see perfect control of the game. And that's another cross into the box, but oh my word, that was a tackle by Colchester. Farquharson picks up the loose ball. He feeds it to Bennett to Upson. Cooper, he looks for support, and Hilton. And Cooper's on his bike, and he's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and that is Newport 1, Colchester United 0. And so thoroughly deserved, because we've been the better side in the opening 15 minutes. And that was a lovely move by Newport County. Bennett picked the ball up and fed Upson. He sees Cooper in a little pocket of space, feeds Hilton, and Cooper's on his bike. And Hilton has the wherewithal to put him through. And this then was never in doubt. And it's Newport 1, Colchester United 0, the perfect start. So what we need to do now is just make sure that we defend properly. If we can keep a clean sheet today, then we have already won the game. But here's Sears coming down, and oh my lord, that was so close. And we do need to stop them crossing. They are very effective at crossing. And we were lucky to get away with that. And it's been like they have started to control the game a little bit more. And we are looking a little bit lethargic, a little bit casual. And they have a throw on the right. But that's easily dealt with by Haynes. So he's getting in the way. Somebody was getting in his way there, but that's okay. It's lower league. And Farquharson now has the ball. Hopefully he's sorted his head out. He gives it inside to Haynes. Haynes finds Cooper, and Cooper's looking for Haynes again, but that's a good interception. Chilvers now. He gives it to Hannett. And I'm not too happy at the moment because they are playing the ball around quite nicely, short little passes, and they're dominating possession and creating chances. But we've dealt with that possible problem on the left. And here they come again. I've got a funny feeling we're going to need to do something. And, oh, Lord, he's given away a penalty. Oh, my giddy aunt. That's the second game in a row that we've given away a penalty. And, come on, Day, you can do this. You're my man. That's about as good a penalty as you're ever likely to see. And it's Colchester United 1, Newport 1. It was a poor tackle, but it has been coming, I have to say. It's been coming. They have been kind of dominating the game, short little passing, and they've been creating chances. And this is probably no less than what they deserved. And Daniels dispatched this very nicely indeed. Very good penalty right into the corner. Day had no chance. So we really need to get a grip, and we're going to let it run playing as we're playing at the moment. I do worry about this high line, and that might cause us problems as the game progresses. And here come Colchester again. We do look lethargic. We look like there's no energy. And there's a through ball. And Chilvers is in the clear. And it's now Colchester 2, Newport 1. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And I think as half-time approaches, we're really going to need to do something at half-time. Otherwise, we are going to get hammered here. Chilvers on his own. And that's too easy for him. It's Colchester 2, Newport 1. We really need to get our act together, and Telford's through on goal, but that's easily collected by George. I'm really not quite sure what to do, but I think I have to do something with the defensive line again. But we're also looking really lethargic, and there's another through ball, and that's a great save by Day, and we really are in trouble at the moment. It's chance after chance after chance, and after such an encouraging start, and I really don't know yet how to sort this out. And here's another long ball over the top, and he's through, and that's another great save by Day. He certainly earned his bacon today, and that's picked up by Telford, and Hilton tried to feed him through. But at half-time, it's Colchester 2, Newport County 1. So we have done something. We have dropped the line a little bit. We're playing a lot deeper now. And we're going to play with a little bit more tempo and a little bit more direct to see if we can somehow manage to get something out of this game and to take some of the possession away from them. Here's Aaron Lewis with a long throw straight to the goalkeeper, who just lies down for a rest. And this is not looking good. The second half, we have been a little bit more effective, but we're still not creating too many good chances. Lewis now picks the ball up. What can he do? He finds Masulu. He gives it back to Clark. It's all a bit static at the moment, but Telford's in the clear. Can he score? He should have scored. What a chance. That could have brought us back into the game. I've got a funny feeling it is going to be one of those days as Farquharson brings it forward. He looks for Cooper. What can he do? He gives it to Haynes. Haynes, can he get a cross in? Yes, he can, and that is a pretty poor, weak header, and it's easily dealt with by Colchester. So we're going into the last 10 minutes now. Time is against us. And so we've gone a little bit more positive and a little bit more attacking in our style of play. Telford looks for Lewis on the right. Can he get a cross in? Can he get a decent cross in? Yes, he does, and just a little bit too deep. It was a good effort, but it was never going to score from that distance. Here come Colchester, and he's well robbed by Hilton. Cooper looks for Telford. Is this it? Telford is in the clear, and he took the ball inside. He just needed to touch it outside and smack it with his right. But it's a corner. It's a corner to Newport. Lewis swings it in. And there's Clark! Oh, Lord. What a good save by George. It's just not going to be our day, I don't think. As Kane, who's come on for as a sub for Upson, he swings in a corner, and Clark has scored. What a goal! Clark has made it. Colchester 2, Newport County 2, and with 84 minutes on the clock, we have rescued another point. We are becoming a little bit of a draw specialist away from home. A fantastic header at the near post by Clark. And it's now Colchester 2, Newport 2. It's a very valuable point. But can we go on and win it? Kane, he's looking for Haynes. And Haynes is in the clear on the left. Can he get it into the box? A little chip into the box and Missalou, and that's way too far out for anything to come of that. And so we're into time added on here, and I think probably that there's not going to be much happening in it. And there's a chance for Colchester. You cannot be serious. And it has gone just wide of the post. What a let-off. What a let-off. But Colchester have a corner. It's not over yet. There could well be a winning goal for either side, and it's easily collected by Day. Here come Newport. Newport on the attack, and that's gone back to Colchester. Colchester now, this has gone to end in the dying moments, and Cox brings it forward. Colchester playing it around, but that's full time. The final whistle has gone, and that means that it's another away draw. As I say, we are becoming a very specialist side at that. 3 away draws in this month, 3 victories. It's not enough as far as I'm concerned. We would like to have got a little bit more, and as you can see, we only picked up 6 points there from a possible 12, and that's not really good enough if we have title aspirations. And so, looking forward to December, we have a very, very busy month again coming up in December. I think the fixtures are a little friendlier, but we are going to play 5 games and also in the FA Cup second round. We are still currently top of the Sky Bet League 2, and we still are 6 points clear of our nearest rival. And so we will head into December looking to be a little bit more productive. I'm hoping that we can get at least 10 or 12 points out of the 15 that will be available during the month of December. We need to improve on last month. And that's it for this video. If you like it, do all that stuff, give us a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and all that stuff. And join us as we progress through the various months of season 1, and we will see you in December.